Okay. Good morning. Welcome to my live broadcast. I'm Gildas Mufo. I'm shooting this video right on the way from Douala, Cameroon. Privilege for you to have, for me to have you on my live broadcast. It has really been a little bit difficult for me to do live broadcasts, is because the internet in my area has not been really good. But I believe with these few days, it has really take up subscription. I believe will work out. What are we to talk on TBC this morning? We're going to talk on a good number of topics that I will talk today jurisdiction of TBC. Jurisdiction of TBC. As you me, TBC, many people are saying it is this, it is that, it is this, it is that. Let me try to reduce the volume of my background music. I think it's people of names to TBC without really knowing what is TBC. I would try to bring of TBC this one and that. Since I joined this community, I've never been the same. I'm war. I know what are feeling and are living. It's not easy, but the reality is that we are one. We are facing the one and the same people. We are doing one and the same thing around the whole world. They are poor in each area situations. You have these systems that place that is making us that we are not. Now, who is a living human? Is a living human being? What is a living human? This standpoint that I'm shooting PBC is a community, a private community of individuals that are standing up for the that the world has incorporated in. Most people are not understanding. We are not talking about money. We are abundance. Abundance that your voice will my voice. I wouldn't have ever even think you to broadcast. I didn't even know broadcast. I didn't to go live. I didn't even have a chat. Today, I have a chat means of communication, a tool to the world, a tool to talk to my fellow human beings like me. Guys, it is awakening. It is revolutionary. It is digitalization. It is a new dawn. New dawn is not only for me. It's fellow Tbcians in the community that are and are running with it with me. It is for you. Ma, it is for you, Pa. It is for you, my senior, and it's for you, my sisters and brothers. The reality in the world that what you are thinking has already. It is a reality that we are living in a world that what has already for you. So it is time for you to step out of the box, out of the picture, out of the run, the inclusion that they have put you in. It is time for you to think out of that inclusion. And what it is the world system. The world system what? With the system. That is the world inclusion that they have put in it. And making people not to believe that from inception they have potentials, they have their position, and it is due to your consent, non-consent system, or the allies that be whatever the name you will give or whatsoever. You have given your consent, and once your consent has been given, they dictate and tell you what you need to do, how what you need to fit on. They to be working for your good, but they are not there. They are there for you to work for them. They have built a system and they transfer it from generation in order for you to guys, I really wanted to morning that if you're in TBC or you have not joined TBC and you're thinking of something else in your head, is all about side. You have not understood what we are talking about. It's not all money. It's liberation. It's expecting a jurisdiction. That jurisdiction is that free given position, voice that you were being given. You were being given that position, your creator, not to be dictated by man. What you need to eat, where how you need to work, and they are controlling you day out 24/7. You should understand the mission and the purpose of what we are talking about. We are talking about something era. Digitalize or era, as I will always put it, if that word it would exist. This is not an era to live in old schools and old books and old way of functioning. We are globally turning. So be in position to era. Things will never be the same if your voice is being. So, on this particular aspect, as if you're new, if you this video new, I am from Givers. I'm shooting this video right from Douala, Cameroon. I'm a member of TBC. This is my live broadcast. A live broadcast is a 24/7 video in which all the members voice out what they have or make their voices to be heard. The opportunity to join me and to other broadcasters around the whole world, and let's chant this song of the new era. To share this song, I would like to say I will a blog where information of TBC are being stored. There is an other broadcast is more than a university. Things that you were not taught born and you ever been taught in given to you in this bank. So and review one blog post in this bank. It is decided to bring idea of jurisdiction that I'm talking to you about. President us to visit that blog post and excerpt of that blog post that will really put to you that TBC has a jurisdiction. TBC is not to be confused for saying that TBC is what the thing, guys. If you can't be in TBC, you will not know what TBC is. So don't be a and what it is a place to enter and start. It is a place to enter and start doing your great as your. So the reality of it's all about and doing what is really great for you. So post that I have for you this morning, and we'll try to see how we can go about it. This is the blog post that I was talking to you about, and this blog post is all about. I think I'm sharing my screen. Oh, my screen is not being shared. Okay, let me try to share my screen again. Succeeded from it. Okay, try to share my screen. I want us to read extracts, and you will really understand the meaning of what I'm trying to share with you. Oh, my machine is refusing to share. I don't know what is the problem. Let's wait for it to share. So as I was trying to say that TBC has a jurisdiction, and that jurisdiction needs to be respected. That jurisdiction needs to be taken into consideration. So that jurisdiction is what we have, and is what is so important for us. So you need to really give your best, and you need to really do it great with such a jurisdiction. I don't know why my screen is refusing to share. I don't know why. Uh, Let me try to cancel it. It's not going. Okay, I will continue talking and I will allow. So I was trying to point out this jurisdiction of which I'm talking about. I will try to read it out since my screen is not sharing, but we're going to continue it out. Oh. Okay, the living man is more valuable than gold, meaning that what we have value more than gold. We are more important more than gold. How can you substantiate or give the value of a human being that has unlimited potential and compare him to gold? He's more than gold. Why? Because everything that has been created on earth has been created by man or has been created with the contribution of man, meaning that from the inception and other things that were made, all the novelties and all the new realities we have tried to make and we have tried to better life with are the inventions of the creation of man. They were nowhere before, but they have come to being. And coming to being means that what man has taught and has brought value to such things. So we are the ones to give ourselves the greatest appreciation of what we are talking about. So we need not to take human beings as if they were not important, and our consent has made us to be enslaved into the system in which we are. So we are the ones to stand up and stand up for what we are, stand up for what we want, and stand up for the betterment of everything that has to do with us. So that is the most important thing I can talk to you about, and i I will make it very clear to you, and we shall have all the importance it takes. Glory. We have guys, these are things that happen all the time, and we work out with, and we need not to be man created to learn technology. Man is not technology. So I will continue with my life. As I was trying to put it through, I was trying to talk to you value of a human being, and that value of a human being is what we cherish in the TBC community. We do something else rather than giving man the value that he or she wants. So I was about trying to share that with you using uh, uh, a blog post that comes from TBC, from the TBC blog, where the good elements are, where we use, where we pick to really bring out the idea and the vision, because the main thing in TBC is not to create something new, but is to duplicate what the mind of the admin is all about. This TBC issue, it's not for us to stick on what we know, but we never knew anything before he brought this out. So this is the article of which I wanted it to really work on. What is living man? What is living man? It is just from birth or just heartbeat. Are you only talking about the human body? What about the mind? Man is what? Man is not only the bread. Man is not only the body. But what is the mind of the man? What is his spirit? Is the spirit? What about free will? The beautiful complexity of a living man is so amazing. So amazing is the living complexity of a human being. The living man was not meant to be captured or enslaved. We have been captured, we are enslaved, we are not exploiting our full potentials. We are according to the patterns that have already been taught for us. We are just doing things in line of that. To do so is clearly a wrong. Is clearly a wrong justice TBC to be, to right that which is or was wrong. So TBC has come to right what was wrong. What was wrong? The enslavement of man, the captivity of man. Captive not in the body, captive not in his breathing, but captive in his imagination, captive in his way of thinking. Man has been limited to the capacity of which was given from birth to reason and to initiate and create. You have been compacted to think only a particular way. And once you do things in a particular way, it benefits a lot, a good number of others. So that is what they take into consideration by making man to stay at a particular position. And that wrong is what TBC is about to correct. TBC is not only the medium of exchange. TBC is more than the medium of exchange. So the mission, the purpose, and the vision of TBC is more than that of money. And that vision is to right the wrong of enslavement and the captivity of man. Now, the value of a living man is truly infinite. Guys, do you get this word? When the value of a man is truly infinite, means that man has no limit. Man has no any other boundary. The limitless nature of the man's mentality is where his power is. And that is what they have made us not to live. They have made us to live in a confine, meaning that what we can't do anything. There is scarcity, there is lack, there is poverty. You are this, you are that. They have given you names and you have accepted those quoted names and stick to them. Let your voice be heard. Let your voice come out. Man is infinitely unlimited. It is true. This true about, although in modern times has been cleverly hidden, has been well known throughout the ages. TBC is a awakening to this eternal truth, which eternal truth, living man is truly infinite. A living man is truly infinite. This is the awakening eternal truth of TBC. From the start, TBC has moved forward on basis of agreement. We are private. We always have been and will always be that. It is a private community. You join by will. Man uses mediums of exchange to transact. The Kringle private society has a medium of exchange known as TBC and its smaller units, Kringles, that allow our members to transact one with the other on a peer-to-peer basic privately. Peer-to-peer means one-to-one. A transfer from A to B and B to C, meaning that that is an associated objective to undo what has been done to man. This is not in any way a public medium of exchange. TBC is a private jurisdiction. The collective membership of living men, living women, and their living children comprise the total value of this medium of exchange. So, how do we compare this medium of exchange with the other medium of exchange throughout the world? Why will you say TBC is not catching out like other cryptocurrency? Guys, TBC is not other cryptocurrencies. TBC has its own economy. TBC is doing things its own way. TBC has a mission before the exchange platform that is associated to it. So it hasn't no room to be compared with the other public medium of exchange. By mutual agreement, we have grounded ourselves to our Mother Earth by measuring our medium of exchange with grains of gold. And TBC is no more henceforth being measured in terms of other worldly currency. We measured our units in terms of the Mother Earth valuable element, which is grains of gold. This also enables us to calculate how our medium of exchange relate to all other medium of exchange all around the world. Our research has shown that there can be some confusion regarding jurisdiction when any form of fiat is mentioned within our publication and broadcast. Jurisdiction greedily reach out to lay claims whenever a chance of winning can be found. To clearly denote that the jurisdiction of TBC and the Kringle Society are that of a private non-public group, we have made it clear that our members are the basis of the value of our medium of exchange, and that we only measure that value in grains of gold. I also have made it clear that TBC is not backed by gold, and we are not pledged to gold. Our association to gold is only as a definite measurement of value only. To avoid any confusion on this line of jurisdiction, we are removing any reference of any fiat from our website, and that process starts soon after making the first public announcement. So TBC is not linked to anything that has to do with gold, and we are removing everything that has to do with fiat currency and other public related exchanges. We are unique, and we are not perched to gold. We are simply using gold as a unit of measurement of the value of what we have. The people that counts for us are the living human being, the living human being with infinite capacity. Those are the ones that freely consent with us, and when they consented with us, they become member of our community, and they are the ones that add value to our community. We are purely private, so the jurisdiction of TBC should not more thought be confused with the jurisdictions of other entities, because we are not to be compared to other entities. We are unique. We are particular. Our jurisdiction is quite different from that of others, the other entity. So TBC has a whole way of going around its reality. It's supposed not to be considered or to be compared with other cryptocurrency, because we are private, and we are private, we are unique, and the human being is the most important thing in our milieu, and that is why we give it a place by them, that the value of this medium of exchange, which is TBC, grows. So guys, you should stay apart if you don't understand TBC, and if you want to be part of TBC, come to TBC. You will get the realities of TBC, and I believe, and I'm certain, and I'm sure that you will not stay out of the community. And those who are already in the community, you need to do a whole lot to grow the community, because for the community to be at full flesh, we need to be at least a billion. And meaning that we need to be at least a billion means that we therefore need to work, and we have not been allowed to ourselves to work independently or individually. There is a strategy. There is a mapping, a way of going about it that the administrator have time without number compel us to use, compel us to do with it. So if you are a member of TBC and you're not doing it well in TBC, it's because you're not duplicating the system. You're not following what the administrator have put in place in TBC for us to use to make TBC to be what it is and to unwrong what the enslavement system has put on human beings. So I will compel on you to watch this blog post with me that admin posted yesterday, which tells you that if you're broke in TBC, if you're not doing it well in TBC, it means that something is wrong. And that thing that is wrong supposed to be corrected by this blog post that I will try to share with you. And I believe that the moment you get this blog post, you are going to see light and you're going to do things differently. TBC is not only for us, and we need not to add or we need just to duplicate already been put in to use. So that is what we need to carry. So going to this second blog post, we'll try to bring out and read out administrator has put in place duplicating system to grow the community. That is what is the most important thing for us as members of the community. Okay, I think this is that of Stealing Coffee, and it's still very sticky. Are you man of your words? Are you somebody that when you say something, you stick to it and you do it? So TBC is all about honesty and integrity. You need to be honest with yourself. You need to be trusted. You need to be known and appreciated. People would not buy qualities. Guys, in this blog post, the administrator say consistent inviting leads to consistent cash flow. Consistent inviting leads to consistent cash flow. For those who are new to TBC, cash flow is making money in TBC. While we are growing the community, we also have the advantage not to be broke. We also have the advantage to benefit from being members of these communities. And this is what I've been selling to most people most of the time, that they should try to sit up and see that they benefit in one way or the other by sharing this community up along with them. Now, this is what the admin says in order for you to make cash flow of which you're not using. Let's take a look at your financial life. Do you really enjoy what you do for a living? Do you? Do you really enjoy what you do for a living? Have you found your purpose in life? I think TBC has made me to find my purpose because I now know who I am and know how I need to contribute, because what I'm doing now, I couldn't have done it yesterday because I never knew my value. I never knew my purpose. I stand for the voice of those that cannot speak. I'm speaking on behalf of those who cannot voice their voices. So, do you look forward to going to work? 90% of the working class of the world would answer all of these questions with no. That's really sad that so many people are unsatisfied. Yet, like robots, they follow the same routine every week. That is why I say the jurisdiction of TBC is to undo the wrong that has been carried out on humans since the Allied conspire against the human race. So people are not satisfied, but they keep on working robotically at their daily house and believe that those daily things they're doing are the ones to give them the reality. Guys, I will tell you, I've quitted from a job I was doing since I met TBC. I quitted since last June from my job. I'm doing TBC full time despite the fact that I was well split up with other things, but I'm really adjusting myself to do TBC full time, because at the same time it permits me to feel who I am. At the same time, it's giving me the room to understand the world in which I am. So why will I not do TBC full time? Now I continue with this other blog post. I continue with this other blog post that we have here. How often do you get paid? Weekly or bi-weekly are the most common around the world, right? Isn't it interesting that most people don't have a saving and pay day? Can you fast enough? I want to show you how to get paid daily, even multiple times a day. You should be able to earn at least double or triple what a typical job would pay you for your time. One main activity leads to getting paid daily in the criminal catch opportunity. One main activity leads to getting paid daily in the criminal catch opportunity is what? Inviting people to receive the gift. So if you can only stick to this aspect of inviting people to receive the gift, guys, you're going to be paid daily in TBC. And inviting people to receive the gift, the administrator has given us the strategy and the technique of which you need not just to follow. You need to do your 50 gifs a day, and once you do your 50 gifs, those who respond, you go to their Facebook page, and then you click liked on their different posts and pictures that they have done, they have carried out, and probably non-money making posts, and you come back to the chat and you continue the conversation with them, and later on you give them the gift. The script is so easy to follow. Anyone can do it. As you can tell by the ever-growing list of achievers in rapid rewards at the bottom of the cookies reward page of KCBU, the script works when you follow the fast start system. The fast start system, I will explain it later. Invitations will always lead to having cash flow. If you have any trouble at all, follow the fast start system. Cash flow coaches are available to guide you. Your success is assured. Now, if you want more success, you need to follow the cash flow coaching coaches, of which I'm a student of Randy Cash Flow Coaching. Guys, that is the best place to be. I'm talking today and I have been substantiated with a lot of things by going to that cash flow coaching. So you can go to TBC Randy Cash Flow Coaching and you will benefit a whole lot on how to make money in TBC, why helping the community to grow, because our objective is to attain 1 billion members, and we are doing all this with the intention of undoing the wrong that was being done to humanity. The funny thing is, so many of our members have lost their way, and even they were cash flowing in TBC at one time or another. They are not cash flowing anymore. Why? The answer is so simple. They either stopped inviting others to receive the gift, or they stopped using the script and have made the invitation more complex and destroyed the simplicity of the script that works. I get a good chuckle when some says that they ran out of people to invite. Those same people have thousands of Facebook friends that they have never invited to get the gift. I have uncovered how to break the ice with your Facebook friends that you don't know that well in this article. I've been using it, is very good. If you follow the fast start system, you will never run out of people to invite. It is impossible. Even leaders in TBC forget to make the time to constantly invite new people to receive the gift daily. They get busy with replying to existing members and wonder why their cash flow is going down. Follow the script and invite daily, and you will have daily cash flow and can afford to work TBC full time. So, it's left for each and everyone to do what? If you want the cash flow in TBC, you know what you need to do. You need to continue your members. More people flow equals more cash flow. Cash flow equals people flow. Randy Wilson always put it on his live broadcast. So if you want to make it big, great, and abundant by growing the community, guys, you should not forget we are on a mission. We are carried a mission and by doing the mission we are being rewarded. So if you want to keep on being rewarded doing this and carrying out this mission, you need to constantly follow the script, the faster system of the TBC admin, not changing it, doing all of what is being demanded, and by so doing growing the community, you will also benefit a whole lot from what TBC has set in place for the members of the community. So that is what I had for you this morning. It has really been a privilege for me to see that I can go through a live broadcast freely and my voice is being heard around the world. If you're new, if you fall on this video when you're new, please go to the subscribe button, click on the subscribe button, and try to join me next time when I'll be shooting a live broadcast, because I have a whole lot to give to you. I'm a cash flow student. I'm not an official coach. I'm still being coached, but very soon I will on privately individual one give you some highlight and some tips on how to make it great and cash flow in TBC. Guys, it has been a really big privilege for me to have you on. I thank you to have really hooked onto with me. And if you're seeing me new on this live broadcast, my name is Gires Mufo, and I will always be there for you with the reality of this new community that has made me to get my voice and I'm talking around the whole world. It has been me from Douala, Cameroon, shooting this live broadcast for you. TBC has a jurisdiction, TBC has a mission, it has a purpose, which is not that of money. Don't confuse the reality of TBC. Enter into the community, you will get it very well. Thank you very much. Peace and see you next time.